You have a great new intervention, but will it actually be used in practice? To answer this, we need to identify the factors that could help or hinder implementation. These factors are called determinants. Some factors make implementation easier. These are facilitators. Others make implementation more difficult. These are barriers. Identifying both helps us understand what needs to change before we introduce an intervention. So, how do we find these determinants? Interview: what makes this difficult? Survey: how common is this problem? Observation: what happens in practice? Routine data: what does the data tell us? Using different methods gives us a fuller picture of what is happening in the real world. But there are so many frameworks. Which one should I use? Start with your research question, not the framework. What are the barriers and facilitators? For a broad multi-level picture, CFIR can help. Is behavior the main issue? If behavior is the focus, consider TDF or COM-B. Does context and facilitation matter? For context and facilitation, consider IPARS. Is this complex, digital, or being scaled up? For complex or digital interventions, particularly scale up and sustainability, NAS may be helpful. And remember, determinants can change over time. If you want to understand implementation across these stages, EPIS can help. Other frameworks, such as PRISM, can help connect context, implementation, and outcomes. So, which framework is best? The one that fits my question. Questions can be like, who or what are you studying? How complex is the intervention? And where are you in the implementation journey? Choose the framework that best fits your research question, setting, intervention, and stage of implementation. Identifying determinants is not the end of the process. The next step is to use what we have learned to design appropriate implementation strategies. When thinking about determinants, remember 3 simple steps: identify, understand, and act. First, identify the barriers and facilitators. Determinants are the factors that can either help or hinder implementation. Second, understand these determinants using appropriate methods and frameworks. This helps us understand why implementation may or may not be successful in a particular context. And finally, act on what you learn. Most importantly, use these findings to design better implementation strategies that address the barriers and build on the facilitators. Thank you for watching.